If you want to find love, you should try to find someone who really enjoys their life. First, you should look to see if you are that person. Then, look for someone who loves what they do every day, whether it's a job, being a stay-at-home parent, volunteering, or something else. Look for love. Find people who love themselves and, as I said, love what they do. It's easy to get together with someone. Even if they think they are, not everyone is looking for love, and not everyone knows how to love. Most people want stability, and they associate love with stability in a relationship. However, stability isn't always the only thing that makes us feel love. Someone can be there for you but not care about you or their lives. After a while, their presence might start to feel bad. Because yes, we can go through changes in our lives. Maybe we once loved what we did and suddenly we don't, in some sort of extreme case or circumstance. Or maybe we lost the job we loved, or any number of tragedies like going through a financial hardship, breakup. Or the death of a loved one can cause us to lose our sense of love for life. We can find love in other people, but we can only find true love when we love ourselves and what we are doing. Because there were many times when I thought I was in love, and I was. I have felt love for family members, friends, pets, etc. I took care of myself by exercising, going to my doctor's appointments, and doing things I enjoyed. I did everything that people say adults should do to take care of themselves. Still, it always felt like something was missing. I would say that's not love so much as codependency. Yes, you can find love in other people and in taking care of yourself, but I've never been happier than when I can finally say, I did it. I did what I love to do the most. I became a writer. So, when I feel proud, happy, and excited, I feel love. I no longer feel like I need to find it somewhere else. And I think that the more I stick with this passion, the more I want to be around people who love their lives. Not people who are just living and doing the 9 to 5 or the thing that fell into their laps even though they don't love it. Or the thing they went to school for and now feel they have to do even though they don't love it. And most of us don't get to be born into real love. Most of our parents' lives were just about making it through each day. Some were escaping harsh circumstances as immigrants or had to move away from an abusive or stressful or impoverished situation and take whatever sort of work they could. They made a living, and they may be proud of what they did, but they may not have had the time or money to enjoy it. They may have been workaholics, not around much, or not able to relate to their kids. That doesn't mean love didn't exist or wasn't there, but it wasn't the kind of love you feel when you're in a room full of people who love what they're doing and working toward. Or when you go to someone's house, and you can tell they love it just by how it's decorated. I've spent my whole life looking for love in other people because that's how I was raised. It makes sense, too, because when most of us think of love, we think of falling in love with someone. We may love a pet or a child no matter what they do to us, but as adults, it may be harder to love someone no matter what they do to us. I would say that the only way to know love is to get to know the other person. Does what they do make them happy? Will they always want to do that thing? Can you tell they really love it and will always choose it over anything else? Because it's easy to do what I did, which was to have a mediocre job, some hobbies, and a balanced lifestyle. However, I struggled in my relationships with fighting, my ex's porn habit, being used for sex, and so many other things because I didn't really love myself or what I did. People who don't love what they do will have coping mechanisms, addictions, and patterns of control or abuse. They won't be able to fully love themselves or others or receive love from others. We can care about these people, but until they change, we will never be able to love them. On social media, it's easy to show that your life is full of passion. Even celebrities who seem to have it all can sometimes be the most depressed people out there. It's easy to say we love our lives when we don't, just to make our image look good for the sake of our ego. And yet at the end of the day when we do these things, we are only harming ourselves in the end. We're getting further from love. So, even if you love the strangest thing, say lets you love cleaning and you work as a scientist. You might love cleaning out the test tubes, but you spend most of your time under a microscope. As I've already said, not everyone wants love. And not everyone should value love. Sometimes money is tight, so you take the six-figure scientist job even though you'd rather clean. You might find interesting ways to spend most of your day cleaning up around the lab. Or you might feel and find love if you surrender, let go of your ego, move to a cheaper apartment or part of town. Get roommates, or move in with someone, take a job as a lab cleaner, janitor, maid, or even start your own cleaning company. These are just examples of bringing love into your life and making more room for love. And as you do that, as you make more room for it, you will find that other people find you more attractive. It might not make a lot of sense if you think of love in terms of money or things. You might think, I need a higher paying job so I can pay my bills, buy what I want, be more attractive as a spouse or date, and give more to my kids. And yet, if you don't do anything good for yourself to get those things, you often don't do much good for others either. At least, not like you might be able to. And yet, you can also have it all. It may not be easy, and some say it's not possible, and yet, people find a way to do things all the time. There are often many ways to get there. Love is always there when you're ready to let it happen. Sometimes you must give up what you're doing to get it, though.